What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to Off The Script, number 6, News and Rumors for WWE, week ending March 30th, 2014. And before I get into the news, guys, I got quite a bit of information for you this week, alright? But before I get into that, two things. Number one, it seems like YouTube is just fucking me royally with the views this week. Again, I don't know when they're going to sort out everything that's going on, but I don't know how my Monday Night Raw review can do 4,000 views one week and then barely do 2,000 views the next week. So there's got to be some kind of fucking discrepancy. There's got to be some kind of problem. So if you missed my Monday Night Raw review and you're probably wondering, JD, where the fuck is Monday Night Raw review? It's up. It went up every time like it usually does on Tuesday, around the hours of 10 to 12 in between there. Because I got to sit down and I got to record it and then render it and then upload it and all that shit. But it is there. It's live. It's on my channel now. So if you guys missed that, please go check that out. Link is always down in the description below. Second order of business, I am going away starting Thursday. I'm taking a trip to New Jersey. I'm taking a trip to Atlantic City. The Atlantic City Beer and Music Festival is happening that Friday, next Friday. Alright, so, you know, you guys are probably wondering, JD, what are you going to do for content? I will be uploading. I will have everything ready to go. News and Rumors may not be full. It may not, eclipse 30 minutes like I usually do every week. But News and Rumors will be up with whatever I find regarding WWE News and Rumors heading into WrestleMania 30. It will be up on Saturday, just like it is every week. So look forward to that. But as for this week, guys, I got news on Sting, I got news on CM Punk, I got news on Triple H and Daniel Bryan, I got news on WrestleMania, I got news on Rob Van Dam, you name it, it's here this week. Let's start off with what the Wrestling Observer newsletter is reporting, and that is now the working idea within WWE is that Sting will wrestle one match, and one match only, and then retire, which everyone presumes will be against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 31 in California. There is still no confirmation that WWE will make this known at WrestleMania 30 or on Monday Night Raw the next night. The only thing that's said to be certain right now is that Sting will do one last match, and that match will be against The Undertaker, because there's legitimately nobody in the WWE that Sting is going to go up against except for The Undertaker. The Undertaker's name has been dropped in several interviews by Steve Borden. His name has been dropped for the last couple of years, actually, even when he was wrestling in TNA, asking him which performer, which superstar would you like to end your career with? Which superstar would you love to step foot in the ring with that you have not done so in the past? It's always been The Undertaker. Always been The Undertaker. I'm looking forward to it. Gonna be fucking epic. The first time Taker and Sting meet at WrestleMania. It's going to be unbelievable. I'm already looking forward to WrestleMania 31, and we're not even at WrestleMania 30 yet. We got another week and a half to go till that. That fucking shit show. Don't get me started on that. Behind the Mic is coming this week when I'm away. Alright, Behind the Mic, I'm going to give you my WrestleMania preview and predictions on this fucking shit show that's going to be happening in New Orleans. So, let me know what you guys think about Sting. He's signed. He's signed, sealed, and delivered. I want to see him debut on Monday Night Raw. I don't think WrestleMania really needs Sting right now. Okay? It would be fucking epic if he did show up sometime after the Undertaker match. Maybe fucking hang from the rafters, fucking point a baseball bat down, help the Undertaker beat Brock Lesnar. I don't know. There's so many ideas that you could come up with Sting, or for Sting. I would rather see him on Monday Night Raw the next night. It would make much more of an impression, just like Brock Lesnar did when he came back in Miami. Remember that when he came back and fucking F5 John Cena? I would like Sting to show up on Monday Night Raw. I think it would make more of an impact for the product leading into the new season, is what they call it, following WrestleMania season. According to PW Insider, there's a feeling within WWE that while Triple H probably won't admit it publicly because that's what Triple H does, he's probably offended that CM Punk did not want to work with him at WrestleMania 30. WWE officials, including Triple H himself, see being able to work with him as a big deal, especially at WrestleMania. On a related note, the attitude within WWE in regards to Punk has changed from Vince is going to take care of this, everything will be fine, to a very negative response when asking around. The feeling now is that WWE made Punk a lot of money, and then he left. There's also been no communication as of late. This is important. No communication as of late between Punk and WWE. CM Punk has completely cut off communication with people who he's been friends with in the past. I look at this two ways. I'm not going to talk about this. I talked about this too many times. Okay? I'm not going to get into it, but you look at it two ways here. Number one, CM Punk is really done. He wants nothing to do with the WWE. He's going to wait till his contract expires. Then we'll hear him talk, because right now he can't really fucking say anything because he's contracted to the WWE. Okay? Number two, he don't want to talk to anybody, including his close personal friends, because he's got something lined up with Vince McMahon to return, and he doesn't want to talk to anybody, and he wants to give off the impression that he's really gone. And then when he comes back, it's going to be, oh my God, CM Punk is back. Those are the two ways I see it. So it's either one or the other. There's no in-between here. There's no, oh, maybe CM Punk wants to return, but he wants this, he wants that. They're not really accommodating him. He may come back if this happens, if that happens. No, it's either he's gone for good, and he's waiting out his contract until he can actually speak up about the entire incident, or CM Punk actually signed something with Vince McMahon to come back. He's keeping it hush-hush. He don't want anyone to know in his circle what's going on. So he's giving the impression that, you know, he really is done, but, you know, maybe he's got something lined up with Vince under the table. It's one or the other. Believe me on that. WWE looks to be either close or just has signed a new deal with former announcer and current ESPN personality, Jonathan Coachman. The two sides have discussed a part-time gig where Coach would keep his ESPN job, but would do an in-studio wrap-up around the WWE. One idea thrown around would be for him to host a new WWE talk show on the WWE Network. Listen, I loved Jonathan Coachman. I thought he was a great personality. He had some great moments with The Rock. You know, he was just one of those likable guys. You know, he was great on the announce booth. He knows what he's talking about. I enjoy his work as a personality on ESPN. I would love to see him back. It would, you know, it would bring back that nostalgic feeling, because we all know Coach was like the silly guy. He handled the interviews. He was great with The Rock, like I said. You know, he was that one guy that everyone kind of ragged on. You know, he was like the fucking rag doll that everybody just pushed around and joked around with and made to look like a fool. But, you know, it would be nice to see Coachman back in, like, a serious role back in WWE. Maybe hosting his own show, you know, doing, like, a wrap-up of sorts, maybe like an ESPN-type program after a pay-per-view, after a Monday Night Raw. You know, there's a lot of ideas for Coachman, but it's going to be nice to see him back if he did indeed sign a new deal with the WWE part-time. It's going to be great to see him back when he does debut again with the WWE, because according to this report, that he's either close or already has signed a new deal with the WWE. Shield news. I know you guys are hot for the Shield, their babyface turn. Babyface Shield is best for business, I'm telling you right now. I have noted before here on this channel, okay, that there is still a plan in place for the Shield to split up. The plan right now is for Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose to play a heel tag team, while Roman Reigns will be booked as a top singles babyface. This was as of last week when I pulled this report from PW Insider, okay? The apparent babyface turn by the Shield on Raw was done to accomplish two things. Number one, allow the New Age Outlaws, or the Middle Age Outlaws, like some of you guys like to call them, work a program with them at WrestleMania, which they requested, to better set up Reigns' big singles run. The idea behind better setting up Reigns' singles run is that it's a better chance for Ambrose and Rollins to turn on Reigns than it is for Reigns to turn on them. That's pretty interesting. Either way you look at it, the Shield right now, I would not split them up immediately. I like the babyface run that the Shield is on right now. They were monster heels. They took care of everyone on the WWE roster that was a face. Now they're faces themselves. It gives them a fresh look. It's great to see the fucking crowd react positively to the Shield, because they certainly deserve it. And this really does make sense if this report is true. Seth Rollins right now, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, all the baby faces, right? And it gives Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to break away again and turn heel. And then that would make Roman Reigns a babyface for his big singles push, which will be coming eventually. We don't know when. But right now, I like the way things are going with the Shield. I think they do deserve better for WrestleMania than working with the New Age Outlaws. I would have loved to see the Ascension in that match with Kane, teaming up with Kane against the Shield. Or I would like to see the Shield in a tag team championship match. Something along those lines. You know, but I really think the Shield deserves better at WrestleMania. But who am I to complain? I'm just here to give my opinion. But I do like this idea of Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns right now as a face team. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose will break away and form a heel tag team or stay a heel tag team, while Roman Reigns is the one who's attacked and turned eventually into a babyface. I like that idea. Look forward to that in the near future. Let me know what you guys think about that one. It is said to be, or there is said to be, a lot of negativity amongst some veterans regarding WWE inducting the Ultimate Warrior into the Hall of Fame. Cry me fucking tears, will you? He deserves the Hall of Fame. He definitely deserves the Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned, because I was a big Ultimate Warrior guy. I was more Ultimate Warrior than I was Hulk Hogan. I hated Hulk Hogan. As I grew to learn the business, as I grew to understand the business, and I grew to see what a heel and a face was, you know, I was a big Warrior guy, and seeing Hulk Hogan at the end of every fucking pay-per-view with his theme song playing at the end of every pay-per-view, as he had his hand raised, either with the belt or without the belt, it was bad to me. I didn't like it, I hated it, and once I grew to understand that, I grew to fucking despise Hulk Hogan. Now I enjoy Hulk Hogan because I'm a little older, I understand the business, I know what I'm talking about. You know, ever since Hogan turned heel and joined the NWO and aligned himself with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, that's when I became a Hulk Hogan fan. My best friend Pete says I'm a fraud Hulk Hogan fan. So be it. So be it. I do enjoy Hogan's work right now. I do respect Hulk Hogan for the guy that he is and what he's done for the business. As I do the Ultimate Warrior. There's people who don't believe the Ultimate Warrior belongs in the Hall of Fame. Why? Give me one reason why he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. He was a pioneer for the WWE. There's no one in the history of the business that made an impact like the Ultimate Warrior did. There's not going to be another character like the Ultimate Warrior. There's not going to have the WWE is not going to have another match that is of importance like there was Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6 at the Sky Dome in Toronto. There's not going to be another one of those matches. You know? There's been matches that came close to that, but on a magnitude such as that match, it's never going to be duplicated. So tell me why the Ultimate Warrior doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. If there's one of you out there who don't believe or believes the Ultimate Warrior doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame, let me know down in the comments below, because I certainly believe he belongs there in the Hall of Fame with everybody else. Rob Van Dam news. Rob Van Dam is scheduled to return to the WWE on April 7th, 2014. That is the Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania 30. He will be back for a several-month run. So for you RVD guys, he will be back following WrestleMania 30. Right now, he doesn't have a role for WrestleMania 30, but Monday Night Raw, expect RVD back in the WWE. WWE's corporate website has released preliminary pay-per-view buys for this year's Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber pay-per-views. The Royal Rumble averaged 445,000 buys worldwide. This is down from the 512,000 buys the 2013 Royal Rumble made. Elimination Chamber averaged 203,000 buys worldwide, down from 213,000 buys that the 2013 Chamber event drew. Now, this is no surprise to me because the booking for both the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber were very lackluster, just like WrestleMania. I wouldn't be surprised if WrestleMania is decreasing in buy rates. Well, it's going to be a different story this year with the network now, so I don't know how they're going to calculate that, but the main thing here is that the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania 30, their fucking storylines, their builds for the pay-per-views have been absolutely fucking awful. Absolutely awful. And especially you had Batista win the Royal Rumble. You had a fucking... You know, the Elimination Chamber match was good. I'll give it that. It was good, but the whole build towards the pay-per-views, they really need to start long-term booking. They really need to just sit down and have concrete plans without them going back and forth and who's going to do this and who's going to do that. That's the reason for the decrease in buy rates. Nobody trusts the product. Nobody trusts the WWE to put on a pay-per-view that's fucking fantastic. It's always one of them fucking unexpected pay-per-views, like last year, Payback, you know, or Backlash. One of them fucking pay-per-views, Payback and the Money in the Bank. You know, those pay-per-views were like fucking unbelievable. You know, it's always them B-level pay-per-views that always just fucking turn your head and be like, what the fuck did I just watch? That was the best pay-per-view of the year. You know? So, WWE really needs to have some long-term booking in place. No more of this back and forth bullshit. This is the reason why the WWE pay-per-view buy rates have been down. You know, this is all going to change with the network, like I said, so it's going to be interesting to see how they calculate that. But it all comes down to consumer trust. You know, I know you guys believe the same thing I'm talking about, most of you anyway. There's no trust in the product. We watch because we want to see what they're going to do next. You know, it's like, you know, that's why we watch, to see what happens on a week-to-week basis. You know, are they going to live up to expectation? And most of the time they don't. Long-term booking is key. They really need to have ideas and fucking set plans in place for the guys they want to push. You know, none of this fucking last-minute shit. It comes off bad on TV, and I said this once too many times. You rush the product, it shows. We're not idiots. You rush a Monday Night Raw, it shows on TV. I see it. You rush the pay-per-view build, it shows on pay-per-view, and then people end up wasting $60. They need long-term booking. Plain and simple. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Christian suffered a minor concussion on Monday's Raw in the Fatal 4-Way with Sheamus, Ziggler, and Del Rio. This is Christian's second concussion within 1 year of his WWE run. Even before this second concussion, there's been a lot of talk about his active in-ring career coming to an end. Talk started months ago when Christian's current contract expires. He would probably retire because he is he's 40 years old, as according to this report, and he's been getting injured, and creative really has no plans for him. These stories of him retiring surfaced again this week with the idea of Christian making a great NXT trainer. Listen, I would love Christian to have one more run, maybe with the IC strap, maybe a short feud with I don't know. You know, obviously there's not going to be any room for him in the world title hunt, so maybe it is best for Christian to retire. You know, there really is no more that, you know, he really needs to prove. He had some great matches with Randy Orton before he got injured. Those matches were fucking off the charts. You know, that short feud they had a few years back, they fought, you know, multiple pay-per-views on SmackDown. They fought all over for the second half of that year. You know, it was unbelievable for the World Heavyweight Championship. Christian could put on a great match. He's just very injury-prone right now. His age may be catching up to him. And listen, he's got a lot to fucking give the younger guys down in NXT. He's got a lot to give the younger guys on the main roster right now. It would be great if he was a trainer. Maybe he was a consultant of some kind to show the younger guys the ropes and how to do this and how to do that, how to cut a promo, you know, what they need to, you know, work on in the ring. It would be great to see Christian do that. He's been, you know, with the WWE for so long. This is his home, and I would love to see him give back in that way to the younger guys down in NXT. I think that would be a great role for Christian if he does indeed retire, which I don't want him to. I think he's got several more years in him if he's, you know, if this concussion thing doesn't, you know, rear its ugly head. But if he needs to go, listen, he's done it all. You know, there's not much more he can do, and listen, it would be great for him to give back to the WWE. This is interesting. Bret Hart did a question and answer session with fans in Manchester at the Comedy Store over the past weekend, and said he believes that Owen Hart will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame for 2015 in California. Bret talked about Owen's widow, and he said that Owen hated wrestling and he hated his life as a wrestler, but Bret said that it's a complete lie. That's what Martha Hart said. All right, but I really don't believe that, or his widow. I think his wife's name was Martha. I'm not really sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but his wife said that he hated wrestling, hated his life as a wrestler. Bret said that's a complete lie. Nobody knows Owen like Bret did, okay? So you got to believe Bret on that one. Bret talked about how it's a shame Owen's kids never got to see him at his best, and Martha, yes, Martha, and the grudge that she had with WWE isn't helping things. With The Rock being rumored as the main guy for the 2015 Hall of Fame, next year's class could be bigger than this year. Rumored right now, you got The Rock, obviously you got Owen, maybe Savage. I'm hearing the NWO may get in as a group. I don't know. You know, these are all rumors right now, but The Rock has been rumored to get into the Hall of Fame, and no, The Rock is not in the Hall of Fame as of now. Okay, his father's in the Hall of Fame, not The Rock himself. Current plan right now is for members of the Clique to induct Scott Hall into the Hall of Fame. No word yet if Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, X-Pac, and Triple H will be inducting Hall, or just a few members. Ultimate Warrior is expected to close this year's Hall of Fame ceremony at WrestleMania 30. I had reported last week that Del Rio has been in the company doghouse for a few months now. Del Rio's botched Enziguri kick in the Fatal 4-Way on Monday Night Raw from Brooklyn did not go unnoticed backstage. Del Rio took a lot of grief after the match. A source noted, it's little things like that that really aren't helping Del Rio's cause at the moment. Goodbye, Del Rio. You'll be gone sooner rather than later. I know some of you guys are Del Rio fans. I'm not. If Del Rio is gone, am I going to miss him? No. Is he going to be missed? No. Not at all. So, goodbye, Del Rio. It said that Hogan has been very well received backstage and has been friendly with all the talent and crew members. One source noted that Hogan seems to truly be enjoying his time back in the WWE. There were at least a handful of talents backstage at Raw in Brooklyn this week, and most of them felt Ryback tried to dead weight the Shield on their triple powerbomb. Dead weight meaning he tried to legitimately just feel like, he was, to pretty much make it more difficult for him to lift, in the air. He pretty much was dead weight. So it's 300 pounds of just fucking carcass just laying in the ring, making it more difficult for the Shield to execute their powerbomb. Ryback has been known to do that. I know he did that with Mark Henry, I believe, with the World's Strongest Slam. He did that with a few other guys as well, but listen, another guy, this guy Ryback, he's not making any friends backstage. He just seems too immature, and he deserves the position he's in now. He was catapulted into the main event scene with CM Punk and John Cena, and then fucked that all up. It's another guy, Ryback. If he was gone tomorrow, would I miss him? Would we miss him on WWE TV? No. I would not miss him at all. According to PW Insider, it said that Batista is regularly mocked backstage, but obviously not to his face, for the way he dresses. Batista's jeans ripping on Monday's Raw from Brooklyn did not help his case any. Well, that's what you get, Batista, for wearing fucking skinny jeans and trying to look all slick in the ring when you're delivering a Batista bomb. Nobody gives a fuck about how you dress. Nobody gives a fuck that you're back. And nobody gives a fuck that you're in WrestleMania in the main event. Nobody cares. Plain and simple. WWE is inducting Razor Ramon, not Scott Hall himself, because they can always induct Hall at a later date with Kevin Nash as the Outsiders or with the NWO as a group. Another reason for Razor's induction is that Vince McMahon has always been proud of that character. All I gotta say about Razor Ramon, he's one of the best characters in WWE history. I loved the Razor Ramon character. He put on so many memorable matches that I can, with me growing up and me watching him, he was just one of those guys where he got into the ring and he always put on a good match. He gave you everything he fucking had, and then eventually he went to WCW, formed the Outsiders, rejuvenated his career with Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, and created one of the most powerful groups in fucking wrestling history. So, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, however you look at it, another one who definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I can't wait to see his induction speech. It should be great. And finally, guys, this is going to be the updated card for WrestleMania. Behind the mic, preview and predictions for WrestleMania will be coming next week, sometime early next week. I'll be working on that soon. When I go away, that's one of the WWE videos you will be seeing as I'm away in New Jersey. But the updated card right now, very underwhelming. Not the WrestleMania card I dreamt of, not the WrestleMania card I wanted. I will talk about that on Behind the Mic. But as of right now, to close out Off the Script this week, updated WrestleMania 30 card, WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, Batista versus Randy Orton versus to be announced, which we all know will be Daniel Bryan. WWE Tag Title match, Ryback and Curtis Axel versus Los Matadores and El Torito versus Cesaro and Jack Swagger versus the Usos. Lame. Los Matadores on fucking WrestleMania 30? What did they do to get into a main event spot for a WWE Tag Team Championship match? Please, someone explain that to me. Lame tag team title match, very underwhelming, very lackluster, very boring. Alright? Vicky Guerrero Divas Championship Invitational. AJ, Naomi, Cameron, Brie, Nikki, the Bella Twins, Natalya, Eva Marie, Emma, Oksana, Alicia Fox, Summer Rae, Rosa Mendes, Layla, and Tamina Snuka, all battling for AJ Lee's WWE Divas Championship. How this match is going to transpire, I have no idea yet. We'll probably find that out on Monday Night Raw. 30-man Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Mark Henry, Kofi Kingston, Cody Rhodes, Sheamus, Christian, Fandango, Jinder Mahal, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Damien Sandow, Heath Slater, The Miz, Goldust, Big E, Big Show, Del Rio, Titus O'Neil, Brodus Clay, Darren Young, Justin Gabriel, R-Truth, Mysterio, Khali, Marella, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, and 4 other superstars. Out of all those guys, The ones I see winning, potentially, 3. Damien Sandow, Dolph Ziggler, and The Big Show. Those are my 3 guys right there. I'll talk about that on Behind the Mic. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. We all know Undertaker's going to win that. I'm giving you my predictions right now because that's just in me to fucking talk about the pay-per-view. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, Kane and the Middle Age Outlaws versus The Shield, and Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Winner gets a spot in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. We all know that will be Daniel Bryan, but how we get there is the most important thing about that match. And that is your Off the Script this week, guys. News and rumors for March 30th, 2014. Let me know what you think down below of this week's hottest stories. If you missed any one of my previous videos, the links are down below. Monday Night Raw review and last week's News and Rumors Off the Script number 5, I think. Number 5, yeah. Number 5. I'm getting lost with my fucking numbers here. But if you missed any one of those guys, link is down below. I will be back. The next time you see me will be for Monday Night Raw review. We got 1 week left. One more Monday Night Raw left for WrestleMania 30. You guys will see me on Tuesday morning, and then you'll get Off the Script and behind the mic again next week when I'm down in Atlantic City, New Jersey for the Beer Fest. So look forward to that. I'm out, guys. I will talk to you all on Tuesday for Raw review. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.